Y'all. Tonight I'm so excited for the topic that we're about to talk about. I mean, I got my bandana ready, y'all. Let's talk about haters. Like, oh my gosh, let's talk about haters. And I hope with this video that I empower you to literally stop caring what other people think about you, what they say about you. Like, that is none of your business. Like, let's get into this. So this topic is actually funny to me because I think I attracted it. So that's why we have to be careful what we think about and what we say or what we feel, because guys, you attract what you put out. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, because I've been going live a lot more than usual. And just like any other person, I'm just like thinking in my head, like, oh my gosh, like, what if because I normally get like a lot of good feedback. Like, people are so positive and uplifting. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. But I was like, man, what am I going to do if somebody say something mean to me? I was thinking about it and I was like, yeah, I wish somebody would. And then, y'all, crazy thing, this morning, I got a message and somebody said something mean to me, but I laughed. I really did laugh. I thought it was so funny because I was like, dang, I literally was just thinking, like, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to react? Like, how am I going to feel if somebody says something mean to me or does something mean to me on social media? So I was like, you know what? The universe is so funny because I literally just had this conversation with myself. So this is kind of like of course, always got to end with value and hopefully empower you. But first of all, let's just talk about haters. So haters, I mean, I don't know. They kind of gassed me because I was told that if you don't have haters, that means you're not doing enough. And that is so crazy. Like, I honestly, I'm a kind of person where I like to love on people. I like to just empower people, uplift people. I'm so supportive. Like, so it always shocks me when somebody like finds something little and try to make it something negative. That's just crazy to me. Or even when I just see people being mean, like, one thing I'm always like saying is like, y'all, let's love on each other and let's just be kind to each other. I just don't get, well, actually I do understand why people are mean to other people. And the main reason is because y'all, it's all personal development. Like, personal development. Let's talk about that for a little bit before we keep talking about these haters, right? So personal development literally helps you understand yourself. It helps you understand why other people are the way they are. It helps you like kind of understand life. And when you are consuming personal development, it's good because you're equipping yourself for stuff like this. When somebody is mean to you, it's not, I know this I'm saying this and I hope that, like, it touch your heart, but I know you've probably heard this before, but it's really nothing to do with you, y'all. It's nothing to do with you. It literally is that person who may be having issues within themselves, or it's just they may be in a place that's so unhealthy that they really cannot believe you are the way you are. Like, and I use myself as an example, not to just like talk about myself, y'all, but it's really to try to be relatable, so y'all know, like, this is real life. Because I really just, like I said, I'm so shook at just how mean people can be, especially on social media. Because I'll be like, would you say that to my face? Probably not, right? But just the little mean stuff and the side stuff, y'all, we gotta do better as a people. Like, we need to be coming together and loving on each other. Like, why be mean to people? Why say negative things? Like, that don't even, like, we need to stop that. Like, that's something else we need to work on in our society. But really, it's just that person. If somebody is being mean to you, being rude to you, hating on you, boo, it's literally, it has nothing to do with you. It's because they have some trauma within themselves. They got some things that they're not confident or it's just like something that they may see in you that they want, but they just don't know how to access it. So when somebody is being mean to you, do not take it personal, and most definitely do not let it stop you from doing your thing. Like, if there's something you want to do and the reason you aren't executing is because, oh, you know, I don't want people to say this about me, or what are people going to think? So what, honey? Because at the end of the day, like, I always say this, we're all on our own journey. And I like to think of, you know, whenever you are on your deathbed, I know this is like turning dark real quick, but like, to put it in perspective for you, when you're on your deathbed, you do not want to have, well, I didn't do that thing that I really was put on earth to do, number one. But number two, that thing that I really wanted to do, and it would have fulfilled my life, because I was worried about what this person was going to say about me, or what this person is thinking about me. Because at the end of the day, yeah, they may be mean, but what's worse? Because at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself, right? So what's worse? Because they're gonna talk. Like, think about it. You haven't even probably executed on that thing yet, and they already saying negative stuff, or you're just starting and they're already being negative. They're gonna talk regardless. So do you really want to live your life? And you literally, no matter if you marry or you have kids, you're literally the only person that you have to be with 24/7, 365, you know, every day, every second of your life. So it's like, are you going to fulfill yourself, or are you going to fulfill, or you won't even really be fulfilling them? Because if they are that mean and that negative, like, they gonna say something to you, and they may spread it a little bit to other people, but they may forget, right? They may forget. So I'm just encouraging y'all to, if somebody is being mean to you or saying stuff to you, like, literally love on yourself. Because the reason why I wasn't really affected this morning when I received that message is because, y'all, I love myself. Like, I know I'm kind of like a little silly, and like, that's crazy. Like, I love my personality, I love my looks and everything, but I've literally had people try to tell me, like, oh, you goofy. And but they said it like offensively, like I was supposed to cry. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. I'm happy. Like, when I'm like this, I'm happy. Like, am I supposed to stop being happy because you call me goofy? Like, I've had people like say stuff like that. I've had people like, oh my gosh, you got big eyes. But I'm saying it like this because it's literally hilarious to me. But my eyes are actually one of my favorite parts of my body. So I say all that to say, whenever you love on yourself and you take time and you just accept, because at the end of the day, we can't help if somebody like judging you on your physical appearance, we can't help what we look like. Like, we were not a part of that whole situation when we were being brewed, right? We didn't say, well, I want these hips and this skin. We didn't have that option. So we got to make it do what it do, right? We got to use what we got, you know what I'm saying? And express that and just exude that, because that's all we got. I mean, we ain't even gonna get into that. But yeah, so you got to just love on yourself, take time for yourself, right? And start to embrace and appreciate who you are, because this is what you got. You only got one body, right? Or your characteristics, your talents. Let's say if you were, I don't know, a singer and you loved your singing voice, but then other people out here hating, like, bro, girl, sing. Like, use what you got. It's in you for a reason. But to help you get to that, level to where you feel like you can take ownership and love on yourself and really embody who you are, it takes personal development. And personal development is literally developing yourself. Like, you're growing, you know, becoming more confident. Like, it's just so many different ways. For me, I'll use a perfect example. One of the most like life-changing moments, 2014 was like my year of, like, you know, me becoming, right? I went through a lot of things in 2014, but one of the things that was a big transition for me in that year was me returning to my natural hair. Y'all know how it's been for Black women and their hair. I had always had relaxers, but then relaxers. Then by 2014, I was like, you know what? I started to educate myself. I started to take in books and learn about my hair and learn about my roots and all this stuff. So I was like, you know what? I want to get to know my hair. I want it to feel beautiful, natural, and without anything, right? So that was just my little journey. But it was a shocker because it's becoming more natural. More acceptable now. But when I was literally one of the first people in my family, in my circle, that went natural. So when people saw my natural hair, they was just like, but see, I've always been a little weird. But they was just like, even I had a conversation with my granddad and he was like, but I was just like, I want to be free. I want to be happy. And so that process for me, what it looked like, I remember a few times I would literally have to look in the mirror and be like, Xaye, you're beautiful. This is how you are. Like, this is you were made like this. This is you in your most natural state. Because I felt I had gotten to, I think one of the thing, I had got to a point to where I felt like I was hiding myself, and that was just way more uncomfortable than me being like, you know what, I really want to just be. Like, I just want to be. I want to go without saying, oh, let me put my mascara on, let me stop hiding. And that's a lot. That's why I'm a lot natural now. But it wasn't like I just woke up and I was like, oh, I'm natural. Like, it was a process. So your process may look different, but you have to find a way to love every inch of yourself, even your voice. And I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I know the person who sent me the little negative message, but it was early this morning. It was like, honey, like, what are you doing? But should I tell y'all? I'm gonna tell y'all. I know the person probably gonna see it, but it's okay. But literally, like I said, I've been doing more lives, and this person literally commented, actually they sent me a personal message, and they were just like, you so country. I hate your accent. And I'm just like, well, it's my voice. Like, I'm not about to change how I talk to appease you. Like, this is literally my voice. But the ironic thing about that is, I think it's a gift. Like, I feel like I'm a great communicator. I feel like I speak well. And so I was just like, really? Out of everything you could have said this early morning, that's how you gonna come at me. But I thought it was funny. Number one, like I said, I do kind of know the person. And number two, I mean, it's life. Like, but I do feel like it probably would have hurt my feelings had I not been working on myself for so long. So the biggest takeaway from having haters, like I said, they all said, like, if you don't have people who are being mean to you, and it's so crazy, y'all, we gotta stop that. We literally have to stop this in life. Like, we gotta be kind to each other. Like, it's enough going on, life itself, for us to literally be intentionally mean to ourselves. But at the end of the day, we all can start with ourselves. And a way to do that is literally learn how to love you, boo. Learn how to love yourself. Like, every inch of yourself, like, love you. You have to be confident. You have to find yourself. And I honestly feel like that's a part of our journey here on earth. A lot of people, there's still people, and even me, there's always tweaking. You're never really there. But there are people who, they're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing on this earth. I don't know why I'm here. I would suggest start with knowing yourself and loving on yourself, and use the mirror technique. You can literally look in the mirror, and all that stuff that you ignore, or you feel like, what, I don't like this about myself, ask yourself why, right? Using my example, I felt like at that time, the reason why I neglected and I was hiding my natural hair for so long is because Y'all, it's because I knew that I felt that I had been, I'm gonna be real. I'm not even gonna hold back on y'all. I felt that I had been brainwashed to believe that a different culture's standards were better than mine, or were seen beautiful, and mine and the way I wasn't okay. But in my core, in my heart, I didn't believe that. So I changed that. And like I said, it was true to me, and it was real, and it was deep, but I had to do it. And now I used to have conversation with people like, oh girl, and now all these people who were kind of like, girl, I can't believe you did that, they all natural now. So at the end of the day, you always have to be true to yourself and love on yourself, because everybody else gonna catch up. Okay. And again, like, for the very thing that somebody may not be liking you for, or somebody may be hating on you, that could be your gift. That could be that thing that, your looks, somebody else could be dying for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, wishing that they had that thing that somebody else is trying to make you feel so uncomfortable and ugly about. But the fix to that is, number one, haters, stop hating and start loving yourself too. Like, stop being mean. If you don't have something nice to say to somebody, like, keep it moving. Unfollow me. You know what I mean? Don't be watching my videos if you hate my voice that much. Like, I promise you, we good. You gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. Like, if you don't have nothing nice to say to nobody, like, we need to stop this hating. We need to stop just loving each other more. And for all of us, continuously work on yourself, love on yourself, get to know you. Like, I feel like that's one reason why this thing happened. Like, I do believe that's one reason why this happened, is because we need to get closer to ourselves and in here. All right. So that's what I have to say about the haters. All right. And, you know what? Y'all, if you want to say something negative to me, y'all better slow down, because I will expose y'all. I will put you in my story. I sure will. But aside from that, the second thing I do want to say, to give this a little twist, is be mindful of what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And I say that because, again, I low-key attracted that negative comment, because I was thinking, like, what am I gonna do if somebody says something negative to me? Like, I should have never had that thought. I should have never put that out there, because it came real quick. So that just shows, for me, what that means to me is just the power of my mind. Like, I literally attracted, like, somebody being negative to me, just because, and that just goes to show, like, yes, I am confident, yes, I do love myself, but at the end of the day, because of how people are in society, there is some doubt there. Even though I'm always talking about negative stuff, I'm never, like, on here bullgizing. Like, I always make sure what I put out is intentional, and hopefully people find value in it. I don't waste my time going live to do whatever, but I don't, but I should have just been focusing on the intention of my videos, and not, well, I wonder what am I going to say for the first person who's mean to me. So I say that to be mindful of what you gonna attract, because if you are putting, like, oh, if I put my song out, I'm just using good examples, or if I try out for the basketball team, or if I start my business, people gonna start, what people gonna say, oh, people ain't gonna support me. If you put that out, that's gonna happen. Like, the universe wants to help you. Well, actually, it's unbiased, but whatever you put out, you're gonna attract it. So just be mindful. And I literally attracted that negative comment to me. And also, another thing I realized, everybody got their own stuff going on. I mean, you do have those bold negative people, but for the most part, the people that you may be thinking who may say something or may be negative, they ain't even worrying about you. Like, everybody got their own stuff going on. Everybody living their own life, so they may not even be worried about you. Because that was one thing that just to, you know, give you a concrete example, is whenever I started to wear my fro and stuff, like I would either get compliments or people didn't, like, nobody said nothing to me, but I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, I'm about to wear my natural hair. Like, it was a big thing to me, but either people didn't say nothing. I think part of that is because people know I'm gonna do what I want to do anyways. Or, you know, like they didn't say nothing. Like it didn't get, it did not have any effect at all. Not really. And actually, I think it kind of empowered people. But I say all that to say, y'all, you, be kind to one another, okay? Be kind, and if somebody hating, at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. All you have to do is fulfill what's true to you, and just love on yourself and get to know yourself. And if you are doing the hating and the bullying, you need to do that, especially, like, be nice to people, okay? Because everybody don't have thick skin. You never know what that person, especially being in the pandemic, you never know what people are going through, because we all, like, stuck, you know what I mean? We not living our normal lives, you know. So it's like, you could literally push somebody over just because you want it to be a jerk, or just because you're putting out what you don't want to feel within yourself. And that's so mean. You're putting your negative traumas and energy on other people because you're trying to avoid it for yourself. Like, that, being mean to people should not make you feel good. But anyways, that's my little rant, you know what I'm saying? I had to bring the bandana out, honey. We didn't know what was gonna happen. But it's okay. If you thought this was of value, go ahead and drop be kind. Be kind in the comments. Drop be kind, because y'all, we have to start being kind to one another. We have to start being nice to one each other. But most importantly, start with you. That's the only thing you got control of. Love on yourself. Be good to yourself. And let's be good to one another. And be mindful of your thoughts. I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice night.